everybody. So today I'm going to show you how to do a brass monkey from a pole sit or climbing position. First of all, it's important to understand what kind of knee hook a brass monkey hook is. So a prerequisite skill, I would say, is probably something similar to like a figurehead position. So it's the same type of knee hook, but it's in an upright position. So this is the knee hook that we use in a figurehead, and a brass monkey knee hook is the same hook but upside down, okay? So make sure you try that. You can try it on the ground a few times, and then you can kind of side climb up into like the figurehead sort of position. You can use different arm grips for that as well. So again, we're gonna take the back of the knee to the pole. So whenever you're doing a knee hook, you do need to let the pole go all the way fully into the knee pit. So you have to be able to keep your legs straight until the pole is touching right in position. So I'll just show the position that feels good for me is right there. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna bend the knee. Now you'll notice that, so if you bend at your hip a little bit, it can secure the grip a little bit more. So fully flattening out your hip, this is gonna be a little bit harder. So if you feel really grippy, you can try doing that if you want. But if you don't feel grippy, you can bend at your hip a little bit more or hinge at that hip. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show this from just a basic climb. So when we do a basic climb, our knees are right next to the pole. So it kind of sets you up in a really good position to get your knee onto the pole. Okay, so for now I wouldn't, don't go too high. So in your climbing position, you're gonna squeeze the pole. So the back leg is gonna be the one that hooks. So you're gonna straighten that, turn to the side. Now notice I'm really folding, and then I'm gonna lower my hip to the pole. Okay, so I do need my hip to have contact with the pole for this to feel secure. So if that happens, then you can lower your other leg. The other thing that can happen is when you're lowering, maybe you kind of miss your hip, and it's not nearly as strong of a grip, okay? So, so again, if we think about that upright position, your hip should be pushing into the pole versus it's not like a butt grip, okay? So this is gonna be a lot less secure versus here. Okay, so that's where the pike can help you get your hip on. So a couple other things. So for this transition, I really try to hold my body completely horizontal for a moment. And the more control you have to kind of slow the transition down, it's easier to make sure that you fully get into your knee. If you rush it a little bit, sometimes it can kind of slip out of the knee. So I'll talk through that slowly. Okay, so climb up at least once. Now the back leg is gonna be the knee hook leg. So you're gonna straighten and turn to the side. Okay, so as I'm folding down, so I'm trying to get as close to my legs as I can, really clamping down with my bottom knee hook, and I'm kind of supporting my weight in my arms too. So I'm gonna slow the descent to lower my hip to the pole, and then I can lower that leg. So if you feel really good in this position, you can take this into an inverted shape. So for that, I would recommend keeping your other leg against the pole. Or another one I like is kind of just crossing it over. This can also help you if you kind of missed your knee a little bit. So from there, you can lower your other hand down and support you as you come fully down into your brass monkey shape. And then you can push yourself back up and come out of it. Okay, so there's lots of different ways to get into brass monkey. This one's kind of a fun one, and I like that you don't have to do a lift, like say a shoulder mount or something to get into position. So in some ways that can make it a little bit more accessible. You just need to make sure that you're controlled with your descent and don't miss that hip